Hello world, welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the Rex Arthur Show where we discuss LGBTQ issues with with an LGBTQ perspective and LGBTQ approach in an LGBTQ plus planet, where we belong to one or two letters in the LGBTQ plus spectrum. Now, today this is a second video I'm doing about, and I wanted to talk about America philosophically and the world basically, because every country in the world is a small America in one way or another. And the topic is just going to be depoliticization of LGBTQ issues. What do I mean by depoliticizing? And I may sound a bit annoying to the sides that are already LGBTQ, like the Democrats, and in Britain, Labour tends to be more LGBTQ progressive than the Conservative Party. So what I'm trying to say is I'm fostering or I'm pushing for depoliticization of LGBTQ issues. I have a dream that being LGBTQ will be above political leanings and religious leanings and economic leanings. You don't have to be rich to be LGBTQ, and you don't have to be a Democrat to be LGBTQ. You see, like now what's happening in America, Andrew Yang is running, and I love Andrew Yang's policies. I am a supporter of universal basic income. Universal basic income is where you give people like $1,000 per month, and apart from your job, meaning giving you the money is not like social welfare. It's just a benefit that is being given to you so that you can have strength to build your personal economy. So me, I'm a supporter of UBI and Andrew Yang, and the Democrat Party doesn't have that policy. Before Andrew Yang appeared, I lean more in the Democrats than Republican. The saddest thing about them, they are so anti-science it hurts. It is just sad, completely sad. And that's why I'm doing this video, to encourage, to tell Democrats and other parties that support LGBTQ rights that this time, what I'm seeing happening in America is there is something happening to the right-wing movement. And the right-wing movement, and not only the right-wing, even the left-wing, there is going to be a very serious clash in 2020. Yes, very. But as I've already warned in another video, the problem the Democrats are going to face is when they have too many candidates. It is a probability that Trump is going to win again. Yes, because even the presence of Andrew Yang is a spoiler. Yes, because his job was supposed to join a party that has clout. But if he gets enough clout, he may not be a spoiler. And what I can advise people like Andrew Yang is Andrew Yang, I know he's a loner, and that's one of the problems of politics, is that when you're a loner, you don't have a team. You see, the Democrats have a team. They have a party structures, and the Republicans also have a party structures. Now the problem of these independent parties, these small parties like Jill Stein's Green Party and then now Andrew Yang, they have no structures. They have ideas, but they have no structures. So, and in case they win the election, it can happen. Andrew Yang can win. Imagine giving every family, every person $1,000. Yes, that's good. Because even if you're working, you will get the $1,000. What does that do to a country? The purchasing power increases. And when purchasing power increases, profits increase. It's beautiful. Right now, people are only getting money from their jobs and not from any subsidy, which means the purchasing power of the country is low when you just have a job. But when you have the UBI system, not only do you have a job, you also have basic income. Everybody will be well off, and people will be richer, the rich will be richer, and the poor will become rich. What else do we want? That's the best system than this system where we have that because you're this, you can't get a job. Because you're this. No. Give people money. That's my mantra. So that's why I'm with Andrew Yang. I like him for that. But the only thing I'm advising him is have a party, a very strong machinery. Yes, and I know his message is not very popular amongst, some people wonder, why should we give people money? They should work. No, you are increasing their purchasing power. That is my observation. Okay, so let's finish this video. It's not a long one. It's just, so I was saying, now, before, when American politics, the LGBT community, the LGBTQ movement is a very important new phenomenon in the whole world. And it changed politics forever. It changed religion forever. It changed economics forever. Now, we are going to look at how it changed politics. It changed politics because it created an electoral bloc called LGBTQ. In 1935, 1940, there was no LGBTQ electoral bloc in America. Let's take America. In 1831, there was no black electoral vote bloc. Blacks were not allowed to vote. In 1831, they were not allowed to vote. What does that tell you? Now they can vote. Now LGBTQ voters can vote, but in the past they were not there. It means every movement, the rights movements, they come and change the political landscape. So what has happened from the time the LGBTQ movement began in the 80s, the LGBTQ persons have become a very important electoral bloc. Now, when the HIV happened in 1980s in America, the LGBT community complained to the government. Do you know it was first called GRID, gay-related infectious diseases? Immune deficiency, sorry. That was the name of it. And do you know what? It could have remained that way. But it did not. Reason? Because people pressured the government. Do you know the San Francisco mayor was even assassinated for the rise of the bloc, LGBTQ bloc, voting. When people started seeing LGBTQ people in America, they almost collapsed. Go and read the history of the LGBT movement in America. Very intriguing, because they did not know. Imagine Americans were living there and they didn't even know they were gays. They didn't know. They got to know when HIV was released. That's when they realized, oh my God, these people are here. Do you mean America has gay people? Yes. Because in the past, in 1950, there were gays. James Baldwin, the black laureate, he was. Martin Luther King was his friend and he knew him, but it was hidden. People never knew. There was no HIV. It wasn't there. So nobody was bothering about what you're doing. People were having sex. I mean, look at the jazz musicians. They were so loose. But nobody was bothered because those days people were not thinking about whom you're having sex with, and there was no HIV. But in the 80s, when it came, that was the issue. And the LGBTQ movement is based on that activism to fight for their health care. Now the problem is majority of the presidents in the 80s were Republicans until George Bush. Now when they kept on complaining to George Bush, Sr. And he was not listening. He was not listening. And there was a reason why he was not listening. He was scared that if he accepts the LGBTQ persons, he's going to lose his seat. And of course, he just ruled for one term. Yes, one term. Reason? I can tell you why. That's the reason. Because who came and replaced him? A Democrat. Democrats at that time in 1990s, they were not understanding. They were even also not very good in LGBT issues, but they were tolerant. They could listen. And so immediately that happened, the HIV was now recognized as a disaster under Bill Clinton, and the government took it upon itself to take care of the gay community in America being affected by HIV. And what did that do to Bill Clinton? 2 terms. And what did it do also to the American economy? It blossomed. Bill Clinton is one of the best presidents because he was a tolerant man. Democrats, you know them, they are tolerant. Yes, I am biased. When it comes to politics, American politics, I can stomach Democrats. Yeah, I can stomach them. Because of that, they are understanding. They are liberal-minded. So, when he did that, the LGBTQ bloc grew and grew and grew. And remember, as the years were going on, it was going on, they now not only challenged the health care, they now even challenged marriage. So there was the Defense of Marriage Act. Okay, before that, there was what you call, Bill Clinton was asked, please give us our rights also in marriage and housing. And he struggled. He also struggled. Reason? He looked at the political landscape. It was full of homophobes. Even in the a bit in the Democrat. Of course, Democrats, as time was going on, because they were progressive, they were also for the gay community. But the Republicans, they were ferociously homophobic. And that's what happened. Remember the Pat Robertson and all of these people, they were very homophobic. And then what happened next? When George Bush now became the president, George Bush Jr., and when George Bush Jr. became the president, the Defense of Marriage Act came. You see, there was a view that gay people are going to threaten the marriage institution, which is a lie. There is no way gays threaten marriage. Because if they threaten, it means you are gay. You who is married. It can't. When you have sex with someone, does it affect the sex you've had with another person? Never. It never. Because it is between you and that person. So that's what you need to understand. So George Bush was a very, and I think the time he was in power, it was a bit of a drag for the LGBT community to stamp their existence, but nonetheless, they continued building their authority and their presence in the American politics. And Obama now came in. Now, Obama is the first president who really brought the LGBTQ issues to the fore. And remember, even him struggled. Yes, even him, he struggled to understand LGBTQ rights. He didn't want, at first, there are videos, go and watch them. He didn't agree with gay marriage. Even Michelle Obama, her video is there at first. But they changed. And this is what I tell people. I'll do it in the theology channel. There's a difference between contradiction and change of position. Yes, nobody can say Obama contradicted himself, because in the past he said he's not for gay marriage and then now he is for it. That is not a contradiction. That is a change of position, change of heart. And that's what has even happened to Michelle Obama. Now, and it even happened to George Bush Sr. He went to a wedding. Yes, went to a gay marriage wedding. Now, so Obama was the best president because he brought the LGBTQ persons to the mainstream. He even hired, appointed transgenders in government, gays in government, lesbians in government, women. The best, in fact, that is, I call him a rainbow president. And when he did that, the Supreme Court of America allowed gays to marry. That was the greatest move ever. Reason being, it's not about to marry, it's to give people their rights. You see, people they want rights. They are human rights, and they were given. Now, let me ask you, is there any federal law about homosexuality? No, it's not there. Reason, you only need the Constitution. We the people. So you ask yourself, are gay people people? Yes, then they are in that Constitution. As simple as that. Are gay people people? If they are people, yes. And are they given their rights? If they're not given their rights, give them their rights. It's as simple as that. So that's what happened in the Obama era. Now we're in the Trump era. And in the Trump era, Trump came, he had first promised to help LGBTQ persons, but has only singled out or ignored transgenders, which is a bit sad. It's sad because transgenders have been proven to exist scientifically. The problem of transgenderism, understanding it is very complicated. You know, understanding gay is very easy because it's just about sex. It's not about identity. Yes, it's about sex. Even lesbians, it's not about identity, it's about sex. You can be a lesbian and have children. Yeah. Because you get your children, after your children, you go and continue having your women and until you die. Yeah, you're a lesbian and you had kids. It's okay. But transgenderism is not even about having children. It's about your identity. It is so important that even you can go through what you call, you do the surgery. Yeah? You know, you add your testosterone. Like I was reading a very nice article about a transgender, the Israeli transgenders, and whereby they still have their ovaries, even though they have been getting testosterone injection. Now, someone who doesn't like transgenders will say, you see, you have not become a man. No, a trans man is a trans man. Is a different kind of man. Yes, it's a different kind of man. And like I said in my other video, penis envy. If you have so much penis envy, go and get a penis. Yes, you are a trans man who is you don't know that you are supposed to be a trans man. Shulamith, the great feminist, I like her for one thing. She didn't want a womb. Yes, she didn't want a womb. And what do you tell her? You can go and remove it. Yes, you're a trans man. You're a man trapped in a woman's body. That's the reality. And now with science, you're allowed to change your identity if you want to. Yes. Basically, transgenderism is just a change of your sexual and gender identity. So that's what you need to understand. So now that's what Trump is now disregarding, and it's not wise. And now I want to end this video by giving my solution. My solution to what's happening in America and the rest of the world is to depoliticize LGBT issues by making sure LGBTQ persons exist in every party and every office of government. Yes, every office in government, every agency of government, military, police, everywhere, yeah. Put them. Put us there. Everywhere. Then, what is going to happen? The LGBTQ issue will not be a voting issue. You know, it has already happened in America. I've told you. There are gays who supported Trump. It's a fact. Milo Yiannopoulos, a gay man, supported and campaigned for Trump. Caitlyn Jenner, a trans woman, voted and campaigned for Trump. So the mistake the LGBT organizations were making, they were attacking these Republican gays, which is not right. Yes, it's not right, because that is political, is maneuvering. So what I told the LGBTQ organizations, the other video, no, understand there are Republicans who are like that. And that's what has happened to American politics. Do you know it has changed? Ever since Obama left, that election of 2016 was the most significant because all the voting blocks are gone. There are Muslims who voted for Trump. They proudly said it. I don't know if now they're going to vote again. Yes, they're there. They're there. So, of course, thanks to quantum politics, just because there are LGBTQ persons in the Republican Party and Muslims does not mean they have very big clout, because the Democrat Party still carries a large number of LGBTQ persons and Muslims. Yes. So that's what you need to understand. But the reality that's there is that there are also gays in the Republican Party, but there are few. There are not as many as in the Democrat Party. And for the record, I am on the Democrat side. Yes, I love them. They are liberal. My problem with Republicans, they are libertarian. They're also libertarian. There's a libertarian group. They believe in liberty. And I'm friends with them. Because anybody who believes in freedom, I support. I don't support being put in a box. That one is not, it's inhuman. You never put a human being in a box, because he will come out. Yes. And sometimes he can come out violently. So the best thing, let a human blossom. Don't force humans to be in your picture. Don't be a control freak. You see, that's the mistake these mainstream parties make. They become control freaks, so they tell you, you know what, you have to be like this, you have to be like this. It's gone. That politics is gone. People have become independent because of social media. Yes. So, you know, does that mean we cannot even predict elections? Reason, people are independent minded. And remember, in all elections, the independents are the ones who determine it. It's not the usual Democrat, the usual Republican, never. So now, but what do I mean by depoliticization? I am not meaning pick a party. I am meaning that government policy should be based on the diversification principle and inclusivity principle, so that inclusiveness is what leads people to be in government. So if you're an LGBTQ person, you can be a judge, you can be a police, You can be a government official, you can be an ambassador without paying. The problem I'm having with the Trump administration, he is not diversifying as much. Yes, that is where I'm really worried about his administration. Because if he does not diversify, the Democrats will use that principle to remove him. And he will go because he decided to be exclusive. He did not decide to be inclusive. You have to be inclusive to win more people. It's politics. When you're inclusive, you have more votes. It's as simple as that. Yes. When you're inclusive, you have more votes. I'm so sorry, it sounds like I'm spilling secrets and tricks. But what else can I do? I can give advice. That's the best. I'm advising. Some people, they just listen to you and think that now you want me to do that. Yeah, I'm giving you advice. What I would do. If I was a politician, open the doors to everybody. Be friends to them. Within a short time, you have a machine. Don't be exclusive. Yes, don't be exclusive. Have people around you. Because when you're exclusive, especially in this democracy we have of numbers, you will never win. If you want to go to parliament or the house of legislation just for your stomach, you can go with exclusivity. But if you want the top seat of president, you will only get there with inclusivity. Easily. That's what I can say. Okay, so my dream is that every office allows LGBTQ persons to work so that it is no longer a party issue. It's just like Islam. Do you know there are gays in Islam? Yes. Hinduism, there are lesbians. Christianity, there are lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgenders. So what does that mean? Your religious affiliation means nothing to your sexuality. So even politics means nothing to your sexuality. So what does that mean? Then you cannot discriminate against a person because of their sexuality. Let them exist. Let them be part of the system. And that's how you do it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. And that's what we are telling people to do. It's time to depoliticize LGBTQ issues. What do I mean by depoliticization? Putting LGBTQ persons above politics, above religion, above economics, so that it's not, very soon it won't be an issue when you tell somebody you're bisexual. It will mean nothing. Because, and that's how it should be. We should just live our lives. No one should come and attack you because of who you are. I mean, we are wasting time. We are really wasting time attacking people for who they are. Why are you attacking a human being? We have things to do. This world needs to grow. This world needs creativity. And creativity cannot come in an atmosphere of fighting. Yes, it can never. What did Jesus say? He said, a kingdom divided within itself cannot stand. It's simple as that. A kingdom divided upon itself cannot stand. And if you see how the world is going, many kingdoms are going to collapse because they are divided. That's what I'm telling you. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but that's what I'm seeing. Look at Britain. It's a divided country. If it's not careful, it is gone. Yes, divided kingdom. Divided country. Look at America. Divided. Yes, it's, you know what has happened is the growth of the adversarial system, sadly. And what is going to win? The Ubuntu system. Yes, Ubuntu system is going to take over the world. After this war, we'll have cultural wars that will become so explosive. People will fight each other, and then we will sit down and discuss. Yes. And that the Ubuntu system is going to rise, where we are United Nations, truly. Even if you're a bisexual, you're my friend. Even if you are straight, you're my friend. Even if you are gay, you're my friend. Even if you're transgender, you're my friend. What it means by friend, we just say hi. It's not that we spend time together, but we are kind to each other. We tolerate each other. We don't shoot each other. You'll see how crime will drop. There'll be no crime. You know why there was no police station in Africa? Africans never had police jails. It's because of the Ubuntu. The only thing Africans used to do to people whom they didn't like was to banish them. Banishment was the only punishment, but they never had jails. Jails are very Eastern. They are very kingdom based. Kingdoms are the ones which liked building prisons. Because even in Israel they had a jail. Jeremiah was in jail. He was thrown in a well. They started building jails later on when the kingdom system came about. But Africa, because of the community setup, you had to learn how to tolerate your neighbor, even if it's different from you. The only problem was in Africa was the uniformity. That was the problem. Everybody was supposed to do things the same way as another person, which is not right. We are supposed to live in a community where people do their things differently, and you don't attack them. Someone will wake up at 6 a.m., another one at 10 a.m., another one at 2 a.m. Let them do it. Yeah, you don't attack them. Don't say this person is disturbing me. If it's disturbing you, move out of that place. It's as simple as that. All right, we can talk about this forever, but we are coming. The kingdom, or the United Kingdom of the world, whereby we are all recognized as humans, irrespective of sexual orientation, irrespective of your race, your color, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your economic status. That is the world we are fighting for. The LGBTQ utopia. LGBTQ plus, LGBTQIAAP utopia. I am preaching that one, whereby every one of us exists. I am waiting for the day Saudi Arabia one day will accept gays. Yes, it is coming. It is coming. This video is going to stay on YouTube forever, and they will watch it to know that Rex Arthur declared Saudi Arabia gay free and gay liberated. It is coming.